Previously in the Brotherverse.
Guys, what just happened?
There was some big blue light that just shot out of the sky. It took off part of the mountain and then traveled way over in that direction. Should we take the ravens?
It's a little bit cold out, but I think the raven should be okay. Hello there, travelers!
We were heading off to check out that meteor that we saw.
Ah, yes, so you saw the great shiny as well.
Well, our friend over here is cold.
We do have some warm parkas that we could part with, if you could help us get fish.
Well, we could stop to fish.
You awake in the morning, and the fish birds wave you goodbye as you mount your ravens and start flying back out into the distance. Alrighty. Let's go back to Fishtown. We're flying away from Fishtown. So, you guys just had a run-in with the fish people, the fish bird people, and you partied with them and ate some fish, and you are now flying off into the distance in search of this falling star again. So you are now in a light snowstorm. The clouds have kind of covered over the sky. It is currently morning, and flurries are starting to drop more heavily from the sky. And you're going in the direction that you remember seeing the falling star in.
Henry snuggles up his new fur coat, but keeps on plowing ahead.
Let's keep trucking.
Yeah, do we know about how far away we are?
You think that you are within 10 miles or so, just judging by time that you've gone, but it's hard to tell. But as you're flying forward in this light snowstorm, you do start to feel sort of a vibration run across your body in waves, and it's slowly getting stronger and stronger.
Do we feel a song coming on?
Ooh.
Yeah. It's that bass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not what I was going for the wrong song.
Light jazz.
EDM or jazz, could be either.
It's just jazz slowed way down like Inception.
I was going for Beach Boys.
Beach
Like
Boys?
Kokomo?
I'm picking up good vibrations.
Okay. But yeah, you guys keep going, and the snow is starting to fall more heavily. And as you keep going, these pulses are getting more and more intense, and you can feel the snow kind of being pushed away from you with every wave of the vibration that's coming over you. And this goes on for another 10 or 15 minutes, and it's starting to become a whiteout. And you can feel the snow being pulsed against you, and finally you start to see a faint blue light in the distance.
We're probably getting radiation poisoning right now.
Probably.
So let's keep going.
What's this
Chernobyl
pulsing?
scenario.
Yeah.
Let's fly straight into it.
Can you guys, conjure up some hazmat suits or something?
Tinfoil hats.
Can I go in your
disguise
hut?
kit? You can look like you're wearing a hazmat suit. No.
Placebo effect? I'm at least going to put on my Prestidigit Depends for extra protection.
In case this vibration hits the brown note.
Yeah.
It's just emanating the brown note this whole time.
It's the poop crystal from the legends.
It's poop again.
Hey, that's our next musical.
The poop legend?
The Legend of the Poop Crystal.
Is this one of the medallions? Medallions of water, time, thunder, and poop?
Yeah.
The talisman.
Talisman. What did I say? Medallion? Oh, yeah.
The talisman of poop.
All of the elements.
Oh, boy. Solid content here.
Yeah.
Starting up strong.
When we can't think of stuff, we just go into the poop realm.
Have you tried throwing poop at it?
Yeah.
Did that make it funny?
So you guys keep flying into this whiteout, and you're getting closer and closer, and you start to see that this blue glow in front of you is actually large crystal shards that are forming this sort of palace in the middle of this snowscape. And it's glowing and pulsing blue, and you can see this blue light radiating through the bodies of these giant crystal shards that are reaching up from the ground. And it looks like there is a snowy crater that is surrounding this entire crystal palace.
Oh,
Do these look like the same crystals from Vanguard?
It looks more like ice shards. But the glowing blue light looks very much like the same light that's emanating from the shards from Vanguard. Yes.
Do we see any life forms?
No, it looks pretty barren.
All right, yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. So you round your ravens around the sky around this giant crystal castle, and you come around to the front of it, and you see the shards going up, and there's basically a triangular doorway that's formed between two shards being pushed together. And you come and land in the snowscape, and the snow's falling really heavily at this point, and you can just feel this humming, these waves pulsing off of it, and the light is pulsing in the same cadence with it. And you're standing at the edge of the ice shards, these enormous ice shards that are reaching up into the air, and they're forming almost a tent, all these slabs that are rising up from the snowscape. And you are able to see inside, and you see in the middle of this is a giant crystal that looks like the crystals of Vanguard that you've seen before. And the pulsing and blue light is emanating from the central crystal inside this ice teepee. And the crystal itself is about 200 feet tall.
Oh.
And the faces of the crystal are shimmering and moving in these waves. It almost looks like there could be clouds or water inside of it. And it continues to pulse in front of you.
Wow, that thing's got to have some power behind it.
Yeah, if they're powering cities off of small versions
Smaller
of this,
ones, yeah.
we better be careful when we approach this thing.
Yeah, this feels even more dangerous now.
Puff looks over at Orc, and then he also puts on his digidepends. Now he's worried.
Are there like cracks in the ice where we could walk in there, or is it all like pretty solid wall?
You can definitely walk through openings in the ice. The shards aren't tight together to the point where you wouldn't be able to pass through.
Feel like I'm about to be outlandered and get sent back in time. I want to touch it. Should I touch it?
Touch it.
Sure, I don't want to touch it, but I'd love to see you touch it.
All right. I'm gonna touch it.
All right.
Boop.
So you walk forward through the giant slabs of ice and walk a ways up to this giant crystal, and you lay your hand on it, and you feel your hand go straight through it.
Whoa. My hand went through it.
What? Like a hologram?
I guess so.
Put your whole body in.
Okay. I do that.
All right. So you step through the face of this crystal, and for a moment, all you can see is bright white light. And
Oh God, I'm dead. I died.
Oh. Did you have any extra
They
guys?
can't hear you.
They can't hear me?
They can't hear you.
Oh, no.
But you keep walking, and suddenly you emerge from the bright light, and you're standing in this gigantic atrium. So it's an entire room made out of crystals. And you look in front of you, and there's this enormous ornate door standing in front of you. And around its border are these very ornate carvings of people and animals. And it seems to be telling some sort of a story. And it has 6 orbs around its edges, and then 1 orb at the very top. And you also see to your right and left that there are 3 doors on either side of you. This is basically a giant circular room. So you have the one big door in front of you, and then you have 3 doors on either side. The door in front of you is closed, and it's ornately carved out of crystals and has these spiraling designs on it. But the 3 on the right and 3 on the left are totally open, but you kind of just see into blackness. And each door has a orb above it with a design.
Is this Valhalla?
You finally made it.
Are those the Dragon Balls on the door?
Can I still, like, is the portal or whatever still behind me? Can I swish my hand back?
No, it's basically a solid sheet of crystalline glass.
Oh, no.
I saw it. Yeah, Yenri and I are just standing out there looking. He just disappeared. We're like, oh.
Do
I think
you think he's
Orc
dead?
might. I think maybe he's dead. Yeah.
Huh.
You know,
Well,
I don't know. We're not really reacting. I feel. Oh. Shoot.
he was he was in our group.
You.
Well, do you think we should go the same way?
Also die.
Yeah,
I
by
don't-
walking into the mystery crystal.
Sure.
It's a crystery. A crystal mystery.
Yeah. Do you want to go hand in hand? Skip into death together.
Yeah, let's do
It's
it.
adorable.
Hand in hand. We'll believe that there's something on the other side.
Okay.
Pushing.
All
That was
right.
the sound of us crossing the threshold.
So Yenri and Puff, you clasp your hands tightly together and you step through, and you see the same blinding white light for a moment, and the sounds of the wintry landscape behind you disappear. And you walk a few more steps, and then you emerge into this giant circular crystal room with Orc standing there.
Orc. Hey, are we dead?
That's been my assumption. I
Dang.
assume if we landed on the same assumption, then yes.
Shoot.
Welcome
Okay.
to heaven and or hell.
Thanks. Doesn't look too great. Looks very labyrinthy.
Looks like we each get our own room, maybe. Or
Oh, yeah.
multiple rooms.
Heaven and or hell is a 3-bedroom apartment made of crystal.
6-bedroom.
Oh, are there that many doors? I look behind me
Yeah.
and realize there's more doors.
So there's no door behind you. You're standing in front of a glass sheet, but in this circular room, there's 3 open doors on your left, 3 open doors on your right, and then right in front of you, there's one big ornate closed door.
I call the big room.
Can I go up and inspect the orbs? Or
So
inspect
you
the
guys are
door?
standing on the sheet, and you see the blue light being emanated from every crystal in this room suddenly grow brighter, and a woman's voice comes and appears in your head, and she says,
Water, fire, wind, earth, thunder, darkness you must find in order to move forward into time.
Ariana Pequeño was right. God really is a woman.
That is a reference I will have to go back into our own podcast to get.
"What? Really?"
I don't remember.
I guess it was pretty obscure. At the Vanguard
No, I know
Festival
Ariana
at Light-
Pequeño, but I don't remember. When does she say that God is a woman?
That's actually an Ariana Grande song.
Oh, it's so thick. Okay.
It's layers.
I
layers
appreciate
upon
it.
layers.
That was a high level. Right
I guess
there,
it's
and I
only
had
2
so much
layers, but I'm
appreciation
so
for you.
incompetent when it comes to real, pop culture. Let alone our own
Keep
pop
it in the
culture.
D&D world.
So this got to be a time talisman. Maybe we're not dead.
Oh. Wait, we don't have the rest of them, right? Because this looks like maybe we have to put them all. So that big door is going to open.
No, we don't have any of them with us.
I
We gave
guess
all
So
of
we
them
have to
the
go
keepers.
into each of these doors, find a crystal, put it on a big old door.
Like Ganon's
Yeah.
castle. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do the symbols on the door in front of us seem, or the orbs, do they seem to match the different symbols above the doors around us?
Yes.
Okay. Are you raising your hand, Ryan? Oh, never mind.
Yes. Puff.
You're sitting like with an open palm for a while.
I have a question.
Yes.
What's your favorite element?
Probably water.
You're picking the water temple first?
You might as well get out of the way. It's never fun.
Yeah, all right. Let's do it.
I have to fight Shadow Yenri. Oh my god, we just
dope.
watched Scott Pilgrim today. You guys remember it towards the end when it's Nega Scott, the shadowy version of him?
I actually don't
God,
remember.
I haven't
that.
watched that in so long.
It's
I
like the
love that
last
movie,
scene.
but I need to watch it again.
Yeah, they
It's
do
like the 10-year anniversary.
Oh, is it really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Huh.
That's
They were
crazy.
gonna do a cast reunion on Zoom.
Oh, they're gonna look so
Oh.
different.
I have no idea what Michael Cera looks like now. Wasn't Chris Evans in it? Chris
Yeah.
Evans was one of the ex-boyfriends.
He was.
Yeah, and Jason Schwartzman
Oh, that's right.
is the villain. And actually, there's a couple in devs. The redheaded girl is the drummer for their band.
Really?
Whoa, that's the same girl?
Yep. Allie had to point that out to me, and I was like, "Oh, geez, weird."
is
I forget that actress's
Allison
name.
Pill?
Yeah. Wait, is that her name? Yeah.
Is that the right girl? She was in the newsroom? Is that what it's called on HBO?
Yeah,
Goddamn.
that's her.
The funny thing is, she plays like the same character as she does in Scott Pilgrim. She's just deadpan.
Yeah. Wow, I totally see it now. Holy crap. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like Nick Offerman's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And Brie
Damn.
Brie Larson is the blonde girl, his ex-girlfriend.
Really?
Scott Pilgrim's ex-girlfriend.
Brie Larson?
Yeah, Captain
Larson?
Captain Marvel
What?
is the blonde
So
girl.
there's
his
two superheroes who dated Scott Pilgrim, two Marvel superheroes.
Oh, yeah. That's not surprising. Everyone's a Marvel superhero.
That's true.
It's like you got about a 95% chance these days.
Fair.
Especially if you were in X-Men. There's so
I
many
wish
people
Jason
in X-Men.
Schwartzman was a Marvel superhero.
Really?
That'd be funny.
Oh. I think he already was, and I was like, wait, when?
Yeah.
Dylan, everyone is a Marvel super. Where were we? Water Temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the water temple. Unless you just want to go in Zelda order.
So, what? Earth first or
Yeah.
forest? What were they?
From like left to right, or I guess going clockwise closest to you, you have water, fire, wind, earth, thunder, darkness.
So water was first anyway.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Do it. Water sounds forgiving, minus the drowning part.
All right. So you guys turn left and walk through the door that's closest to you, and you're encompassed in darkness for a moment, and then you emerge into a giant cave that is lit from above by all these crystals that are piercing through the ceiling like stalagmites. Stalactites? They're stalactites.
Tights.
Tights.
Tights. Tight.
The hangs like a T.
And then in the middle of the room, you see this giant boulder that's sitting in the middle of a pool of water. And you see there's water covering the entire ground of this large circular room. And water seems to be bubbling up from the floor around you.
Man, should have taken a water walk.
Oh, the smell?
Spell would have
I
immediately
can-
come in.
I can swim and breathe underwater. Does you say it's boiling though?
It's bubbling up, but the water is very shallow right now. It's only about
Oh,
like shin deep right now.
Yenri holds his hand over the bubbling water to feel how hot it is, like if there's steam coming off of it.
It's room temperature, but you look down and the water is bubbling out of a hole.
Oh, okay.
how big's the hole?
It's about 3 feet in diameter.
It's a pretty big hole.
And does it just descend to darkness?
Yeah, you can't tell. You can't see very far into it, especially with like the airy bubbles coming up from it. The water's churning a lot.
Should I dive?
Sure.
I'm feeling bold today. Let's just go for things.
Sure.
All right,
I believe in you.
I'm gonna dive in the hole
No regrets.
All right.
with my
So-
brightness pebble.
Ooh, good call. All right. So you dive into this, and it's a pretty narrow stone tunnel that leads down. And you keep going, and eventually you come out of this tunnel into a larger, watery room. And the whole room is glowing just a little bit with like crystals. They're scattered throughout this. And the very bottom of this room seems to be bubbling.
Am I still completely underwater, or is it like a
Yeah, you're still completely underwater.
darn? I was hoping to grab Yenri and Puff. I suppose I'll dive to the bubbles. Hey, you guys could sonic breathe the bubbles.
Sonic breathe.
Whoop, whoop.
But I can't say that to you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna swim to the bubbles.
Okay. You reach the bottom and it's just sand, like quicksand, but you can feel the water like forcibly being emitted from this area, like it's a natural spring of sorts, but it's coming out quite fast.
Can I dig?
It's pretty liquidy. You don't feel a whole lot.
There's nothing down there.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a sandy bottom.
Huh.
But Yenri and Puff up at the top, the water is beginning to rise on you.
You said there's a big rock in the middle of the room, out in the water.
Yep.
I use Dimensional Door and get on that rock.
Do you take me
Just-
with you?
Get
I
on
can
the
totally take you with me.
They just go, okay, peace, and leave
I
me.
can, but do I?
Goodbye. Yeah, I can do that, right? I can just get on that rock.
Yeah, you can get on top of the what exactly are you trying to do?
Oh well, I thought. Oh wait, the water's not that high yet. I guess we could just walk to the rock, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Is it like a tall rock? Like,
It's a big boulder.
but it's like we could even just like we could walk and then crawl up it.
You could climb up the rock, yeah.
All right, never mind. I don't do it. I just said.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to introduce this 4th level spell.
I was imagining like a tall, like thing you couldn't get onto unless the water was like higher eventually. Mm-hmm. You know.
I mean, you'd have to like boulder up it, but yeah, it's not like too tall for you to climb on top.
I renege on that spellcast.
You want to go climb that rock?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So you guys walk up to the rock and you get a bit closer to it, and you are now noticing that the water is about knee high now. It was shin high, it's about knee high now. And you can feel some water coming out from the like edges of this boulder as you reach the side of it.
Oh.
Like a big plug.
Oh. Like it's blocking it.
Can I perceive the rest of this room I'm in? See if there's anything else besides the crystals and the bubbling floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Let's say 13.
Okay. So you look up, and this whole room, like I said, has little crystal shards embedded in the rocks everywhere. And you look up and see the hole that you came out of, and you notice that there's 2 more holes in the ceiling, and then the rest of the area just looks black. Except for you can see a little rim of light around what would be under the underside of this large boulder.
I want to go through one of the other holes.
All right. So you swim close to one of the other holes, and you feel the current of water start to pull you through this hole to the top, back into the main room.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and it kind of shoots you out at the end because you're pulled very swiftly through this current as the water bubbles up through these holes.
So there's 3 holes in this room that Yenri and Puff are in then too, I assume, right? Plus the plugged hole in the middle.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so you're all in the same room again.
Can I look up?
Yeah, so you look up into the air and you see some larger crystals that are embedded, like I said, these stalactite crystals embedded in the ceiling.
Puff, you think you could knock down a stalactite?
I sure could try. I guess I could use magic missile. Use magic missile and hit the base of one of the crystals. It looks like it's right over one of the holes.
All right. So you find a large crystal that looks like it's pretty well lined up with one of the holes.
And I say, presto!
You do that and limply lift a hand into the air, and a few missiles shoot out from your fingertips, and they soar into the ceiling of this giant cave and hit the crystal, and you hear a striking as the crystal's body begins to shatter at its base. And the giant crystal starts falling from the sky, and it hits the hole, and it shoves itself down, and you see the crystal light begin to glow a little bit, and the water starts pouring more aggressively out of the other 2 holes.
Oh, nice. Get the others. I don't think I can help.
All right.
How tall is the ceiling?
It's about 100 feet tall.
Okay, I can't reach then.
All right.
Can you fly?
Oh, I could do that. Sure.
And
I
the
can
water's
fly.
racing out more now. It's about chest deep now.
Yeah, Yenri, I totally forgot I could fly. Yenri puts a medallion to his chest and flies up in the air.
He can fly, he can fly, he can fly.
Every time it's a miracle to me.
Can you fly here?
Oh, I try to fly, yeah, okay.
You
Can
are
I?
able to fly.
Cool. And then I use Shatter on the base of one of the crystals.
Oh, you actually have a spell called Shatter?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I just
Sounds
got that one.
appropriate.
Yeah.
It's a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point you choose within range. And then
What's
it
the
does damage if...
like diameter of damage, or is it just a point? Radius of damage.
Oh, it's a 10-foot radius sphere of people that are affected by it if there's people in it.
Okay, gotcha. So you fly up to the top of the cavern and you reach your hands out and you use Shatter, and the base of this crystal does in fact shatter, and the tip of it falls all the way down, and it hits the ground near one of the holes.
Near? So does it just like impale the ground next to it or something?
Yeah, it hits the ground and is sitting there.
Oops.
Can you
All right,
guys
I gotta-
like push that in?
I could try.
I could still get a birdie.
Can I go try to push it?
Yeah. So roll a strength check.
9.
You go over there and it just like it doesn't quite budge underneath your grip, but you feel it move a bit.
Oh, all right. Can I try again?
It
Puff,
seems like
help
you
him
might
out.
need some help.
Can I use enlarge? I want to use enlarge on Orc,
Okay.
because then
Yeah.
you have advantage on strength checks.
Nice. All right, am I enlarged?
Bibbidi bobbidi big.
All right, Nork grows to be twice his size, and the crystal is now dwarfed underneath his massive body.
All right, I push again.
All right, roll a strength check with advantage.
21.
All right, you're able to easily deadlift this crystal, and you pick it up and you push it in the hole, and you see it glow blue, and now there's water just shooting out of this last hole, and the room is starting to fill up. So now it's easily over head height. So, Puff, you're on top of the rock, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, so the water has now reached up to that top of that rock.
Hurry, please. Or do you want me to just hit the other one?
I mean,
Yeah,
you can.
Oh, hurry me. And I plod to the end of the rock and I go, presto. And I shoot magic missile at the last one.
You shoot out a really awful catchphrase and 3 missiles, and it goes shooting up to the ceiling.
Can it
And you
make
see the
Can it make like a party like blowing noise?
yeah, glitter and confetti shoots out, and a few streamers and missiles, and the missiles
And the
reach up
word
and
presto written in glitter.
and the missiles shoot up into the ceiling, and it hits the base of another big crystal, and it shatters the base, and the crystal falls down and hits the water, and you see a gigantic splash as it pierces this geyser that's coming up from the ground. And you see the geyser disappear for a moment, and the water underneath glows blue, and you start to hear this great rumbling, and the boulder shoots up.
Oh! Presto!
And Puff, make a dexterity saving throw.
18.
All right, so you leap from the rock, and it shoots up into the sky, and the rock hits the ceiling with great force, and it shatters. And you see just shimmering particles of this rock come off, and they start falling towards the ground. And up at the top of the ceiling where it impacted, you just see this floating blue crystal that's slowly spinning round and round.
And Yenri flies up into the hole to check out that glowing crystal.
All right, you grab it, and it has the symbol of water on it.
And I go, "Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-bop, here we go." And then
And then Iris is to black, and we're back in the main room.
yeah. I fly down to my buddies to show them our treasure. And I guess we're all just floating in a pool together.
We should probably
Yeah,
get
and
you guys
the
out
water
of here.
the water starts to drain out of the room, and you see the door that you enter in like light up in a bright white light.
Nice. Let's go
Got
get
one.
more.
All right, so you take your crystal in hand and you run out to the main atrium, and as you do, the crystal rises up into the air and it glows blue, and you hear this shattering sound as it disintegrates, and a blue light comes out, and it splits into two, and one goes and rushes to the door that you just entered in. It lights up the orb above it, and the other light shoots up to the main door in the front of the room and lights up the corresponding water orb there. So you now have one door complete.
Woo! Cool. How many are left? 5.
5. Yep.
Shall I leave it up to chance
Yes.
Sure.
in the order that they were named?
Yes.
Water again.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Get
This
the
will
high
be
score
easy.
this
We
time.
already know what to do. Oh, number 2.
All right.
Hooray for sequential.
Light it up to chance.
Fate is so exciting.
All right. So number 2 is the fire door. So you walk over to the door and are encompassed in blackness again as you walk through. And after a few steps, you emerge into another large room. And you look around you, and you're in another big circular room. And there are shelves on all sides of you. And there are scrolls stuffed in these shelves along the walls. So it's like a giant ancient library. In front of you is a podium, and it looks like there's one scroll that's unrolled on it. On the other side of this room, you see a gigantic fireplace and a fire is roaring in it, and there is like an ornate crystal chimney that's reaching up from it up to the top of the ceiling. And next to the fireplace, you see a bird cage, and there's a large red bird sitting in it, and it looks to be sleeping.
For a minute there, I thought the fire was just going to be like the fire of knowledge, and I got really excited. But there's real fire.
Yeah. It's not metaphorical talisman of fire. Or representation of talisman of fire.
The fire of love.
Yes.
We just have to build
Your
a
next
deep,
challenge is
passionate
intimacy.
Uh-oh.
Let's read the thing. Who can read?
I think I can.
I can read.
Is
Depends
that
on the
written in
language.
common?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
All right.
Is it written by common?
Wow, these are some sick lyrics.
Long lost track.
Yeah. So you walk up to the scroll, and all you see on it is a small symbol of fire burned into the paper. The rest of the scroll appears to be totally empty. It's a blank slate.
I don't know
burn it.
this language.
Yeah, I think we should burn it.
Should we check some of the other scrolls or just burn it?
But I mean, we can look around if you want, but I'm pretty down to just throw in the fire.
All right. Yeah, we're being bold today.
Yeah. Throw it in
Burn
the
it.
fire.
All right. So, Orc, you grab the scroll up off the podium, and you walk over to the fireplace, and you cast it in, but it does not burn, and it doesn't appear to change in any way.
Oh, so now it's just sitting in the fire? Shit. Is there poker
Oh.
sitting around?
Fish it
There
out.
are no fireplace tools. You are toolless.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What a letdown.
I used prestidigitation to make a light gust of wind to blow the paper back out into the room. A little poof.
All right. I want to make you roll like a dexterity check
Okay.
to see how accurate you are at casting this little poof.
That was a 22.
All right. So you cast this little gust of wind underneath the flames of the fire, and the scroll pops back out onto the ground, and it's smoking a bit, but it doesn't appear to be singed.
And no text appeared or anything?
No text appears.
All right, now I
That was
vote we
busted.
burn the bird. I bet it's a phoenix.
I was thinking the same thing.
Do we want to try to talk to
worst
the bird
case-
first?
Worst case, we get to eat dinner.
What a classic approach to this. There's tomes of knowledge all around us, and we're just like, burn the things in front of us.
Fahrenheit 450 dumb.
I say something to the bird, and I say, hey there, can you talk? That's a no. If I know
All right.
birds speak.
Burn the bird.
Wait, can't someone talk to animals?
Oh, I can talk to animals. Yeah, I slip on my ring of animal speech.
That's
And I say, hey, can you talk now?
Who are you? Why are you in my library?
I mean, to be honest, we didn't really mean to be here. We thought we were dead. But now we're trying to figure out how to get out of this place. Can you help us?
I was so sleepy in here. I was so restful in my little cage. What do you need help with?
Have you seen a glowing, fiery medallion of sorts hanging around?
I have not. I've been sleeping for millennia.
Okay, what about
I'm
before
still
then? Do you
tired.
recall seeing a fiery medallion of sorts?
Oh man, this bird might need to see a
Nay.
sleep doctor.
What's that?
just want to be left alone.
Well, he said he's been sleeping for a millennia and he's still tired. I don't think he's getting his REM.
Okay, this bird's not being very helpful, guys. He just says he's real tired and wants to be left alone.
Could you ask him if he wants to be burned?
What are your thoughts on fire, Bird?
What do you think about eternal sleep?
It's very uncomfortable.
But not off the table?
It's very painful. I've lived and died so many times.
Oh, okay. Well, hold that thought. Guys, he said it's painful, but he said he's lived and died many times. So, yeah, let's burn the bird.
Oh, it's happened before?
Sounds like it, yeah.
All right. Go back to sleep, little birdie.
We throw a sheet over the cage. And throw the cage in the fire.
So the cage is like attached to a chain,
Okay, no.
like
we gotta
on
get
the
bird
ceiling.
out. Okay, we open the door to the cage to try to get the bird.
Okay. You open the door to the cage and the bird's like, please don't touch me, please don't touch me.
This is weird for me. While I can understand him, can one of you guys grab the bird?
Yeah, I'll grab the bird.
All right.
All right, so you reach in to try and grab him, and your finger touches a feather, and he erupts into flames.
Whoa.
And ashes fall to the bottom of the cage, and you just hear him go, "Ah!" And then it's just a pile of ash at the bottom of the cage.
That was easier
Nice.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah. At least we didn't have to actually make that choice.
And then you see a wiggling in the ashes, and suddenly there's this tiny bird, and it starts crying and going, and it starts to grow a little bit bigger and bigger, and it's crying.
Great. All right, I'm going to go read a scroll.
Should we throw the baby bird in the fire?
I guess you could try touching it again.
No, we should probably read.
You know, hope is lost when Orc turns to reading.
I pick up a scroll nearby out of a jar or whatever they're in.
All right, yeah, there's shelves and shelves of scrolls, and you pick one up, and it's filled with like random runes and characters that you don't understand. I'm trying to remember what the language is called. The same one that like the
Abyssal?
Wingdings?
the
Abyssal?
abyssal. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so you pick it up and you recognize it as abyssal.
Ah, shoot. Guys, I don't speak Nabisco.
I'm like,
Are there,
I
like-
do. Ritz bits? Those are my jam.
Are there like hundreds of these scrolls?
There's lots of scrolls.
Oh, man. Burn them.
Oh, what?
They're flooding the fire with scrolls.
Yenri picks up the smoking scroll on the ground that we pulled out of the fire and turns it over to look at the back.
You turn it over, and the back is also blank.
Damn.
Wait, the front wasn't blank, right?
Well, it just had a little fire symbol on it. Just
Oh,
a little, like,
okay.
emoji.
Okay.
I turn to the baby bird and say, hey, kid, do you know language yet? Damn it.
Dada?
Oh, well, he's progressing quickly. Yeah, that's right. Dada. Tell me.
Dada, I'm hungry.
What?
Oh,
Do you eat fire, perhaps?
I don't like you anymore. I want to go hang out with girls.
Oh, wow, he's progressing quickly. Can I ask you, does this symbol mean anything to you? And I show him the scroll.
Do I have to explain everything to you? I just dipped totally out of bird voice.
I thought you were just mad at me in real life.
He just hasn't gotten to his crotchety old man state yet.
He's just middle management now.
That's just... I have these reports I have to make, Dad. You can't bother me while I'm at work.
Yeah. Can I go, like, reach for the actual fire, like, get close to it, see if it's actually hot?
Yeah. So you walk over and reach your hands out, and it feels like fire. It's hot. The flames are licking at your hands.
So we got a symbol of fire When we got fire, we got a phoenix.
And hundreds of scrolls.
I just want to burn all the scrolls.
I mean, we're never going to come back here.
Could try tossing
It's-
one in.
The instructions clearly say fire.
That's true. Burn it.
All right, I want to light a scroll and then just like use it to light more scrolls.
Set the
Okay.
room on fire.
Yeah.
So you do that. You reach out and grab one of these paper scrolls and put it into the fire, and the end becomes ablaze and lights. And you start moving around the room and touching it to different areas of scrolls, and the flame starts to spread once you touch it, and all of the scrolls begin to catch on fire. And suddenly the entire perimeter of the room around your base is lit like ablaze, and the flames start creeping up the walls, and it's beginning to get very, very hot in this room as everything begins to burn.
We're going to get asphyxiated.
Finally, something burned.
And so the flames are going higher and higher, and roll a Constitution saving throw, all of you.
We made this mistake before.
Yo,
of just
Yenri.
setting the world on fire.
Yenri, don't you have like a little thing that we can hop into?
Yeah, let's get in your hut.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll cast Liamon's tiny hut.
All right. You do that.
Yay.
And suddenly a small orb 10 feet in diameter appears on the ground, and you all climb inside of it. And it's very comfortable. It's room temperature and 60% humidity inside.
Nice.
And outside the bubble, the world is ablaze, and scrolls are falling from these shelves, and ash is starting to cover the floor. And you're able to watch this from the comfort of your viewing orb. And after a few minutes, you see that everything is lit aflame, and there's ash everywhere. But on one shelf, you see a scroll that remains unburnt.
Yeah.
Good thinking, Oric.
Fire. It's easy.
Fire good.
I just think fire.
Just followed the instructions.
Yeah, fire burn. Is it safe to leave now?
Yeah, the room has cooled down, and you're just surrounded by ash.
All right, I bring down the orb. You can also walk through it, just so you know, for future reference.
Oh,
Is the scroll like up high?
It's within reach of you.
Yoink.
All right, so you pull it off the shelf and you open it up, and it says "The Flames of Knowledge" on it, and you see a picture of a bird above a scroll, and the bird is slightly ablaze, and there's ash dripping from its tail onto the paper below.
oh.
And this is the image that is emblazoned upon this scroll.
There you go. More instructions. Gotta
Kill
have
the
the
bird.
burning bird poop on the scroll.
Poop its body. Okay. We walk over and hold the scroll under the bird, and I go, sorry about
Wait,
this.
which one? The
What? Oh,
We
I
put
thought we were
both.
going to do the flame scroll. Is it your scroll?
I was thinking flame scroll too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was thinking
going to hold the flame scroll out under the bird and say, sorry about this, and then just poke it in the belly.
All right, so the bird is like inside like the cage on its own ashes right now.
I was like, okay. I was imagining it on a little hangy,
Yeah,
that parrots
it was
swing
on
on.
that, and then when it went ablaze, it fell into the bottom of the cage.
Can't
Okay.
you sort of like scoop it up?
Yeah, I tried to. Or I just hold that paper at the edge and go, come here, birdie. Come here, son. Just hop out onto the
You can't
parchment
tell
here.
me what to do anymore, Dad. I'm a grown man.
Get out of the house, Greg. Just get on the paper.
Do you even love me anymore?
If you get on the paper, yes.
That's all I ever wanted to hear.
You can trust your
so he-
father.
So he jumps out onto the paper and sits there.
And I hold him there and say, I'm so proud of you. And then I touch him on the head.
And he goes, "Ah!" And he goes into flames, and the ash falls onto the paper. And as it does, the ash moves around, and lettering appears and is emblazoned and abyssal on the scroll. And a giant flame symbol appears on the bottom. And then the whole scroll glows red on these letters, and the entire thing goes up in flames. and you see the fire in front of you in the fireplace go down, and from the raging embers below, you see a red orb float up into the center of the fireplace.
Nice.
Woo!
Number 2.
Is the bird gone for good now?
The bird's gone for good.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
You had a
You
son,
killed your
Yenri.
son.
Yeah. It wasn't really my son, but I grew a
Really
little
my
attached to
adopted
him.
son.
Yeah. And now I feel like a monster.
I'm going to
Jesus.
keep that in mind when you have children someday. Don't trust Papa Yenri.
He didn't die in vain.
I'm just messing with you. Let's get out of here. Whoever put him here is the monster, not us. Let's go.
Yay! No guilt. No guilt.
Yay.
He served his purpose. He had a warrior's death or something. I don't know.
All right, so the door that you entered in is glowing white again, and you walk through it and into the main atrium, and the same thing happens where the orb rises into the air and it shatters and a red light appears, and it flies, it bifurcates. It flies and it separates and it goes in 2 directions. And one hits the main door and lights up a red orb there, and the other light goes to the door above you, and the orb above the fire door is glowing red now.
Brotherverse is brought to you by the word bifurcate.
Bifurcate. Have confidence in your vocabulary.
All right, we're on a roll.
You want to
What's next?
roll that dice again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Continue
Here
our
we
roll
go.
by rolling.
Puff, you roll this time.
Okay. Wait, how many
Need
are
a
left? 4?
D4. And then add 2.
They're at... Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, why add 2?
Ooh.
Oh, because we
Because
don't
you've
have
already
one or
done
2.
two.
Yeah.
Looks like we got number 3.
Hey!
This isn't nearly as fun when it's just in order.
It's randomly
Hooray!
in order.
Yeah.
It's randomly mundane.
It's destiny.
Monotonous
All right.
destiny.
So you look up at the third door, and it's a symbol of wind, and you walk through the blackness and emerge into another large cave. And at the center of it, you just see a large tornado spinning in the middle, and it's just traversing the room, and you're nearly being pushed over by the gusts of wind that are being thrown off of this.
How large is it? How large is it?
It's about 300 feet tall.
Whoa.
That's a big tornado.
Whew.
I mean, that might be an average tornado in terms of tornadoes, but it's big
Yeah.
for.
I think
this
it's probably a
situation.
small tornado in terms of
Yeah.
tornadoes.
Probably.
The sky is
pretty
taller than
pretty high
300
up
feet.
there.
Is it, though?
300
Never
feet.
measured it.
I try to put that in terms that make sense vertically, and just nothing works for me. It's like, yeah, it's like 30 basketball hoops. I'm just like, that doesn't help.
I lose track after
It's a
7.
football field tall. It's a football
Right, but I can't
field
imagine
tall.
that in vertical space. Like, that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how tall
Just
is
lie down on the ground and look up it.
Do a headstand.
Okay.
One.
I can fly into this tornado, I guess, but
Okay. Sure. Yeah,
Yep.
we've been just barreling forward. Go for it.
I say go lasso that tornado. Ride it.
give it my best shot. Yeah, I fly straight up into the air and start heading towards the ceiling and keeping an eye out for anything of interest along the way.
Okay. So you begin flying up in the air, and you feel yourself start to be pulled into this tornado. Like you're starting to rotate with the gusts of winds that are being thrown around the room. So you're going taller and taller, and
I expected this.
Roll a strength check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So you're able to mildly keep control of yourself flying up, but you are still spinning around the room as you fly up. You're not able to totally go against the gusts of wind. And you're looking into this tornado, and there's all sort of debris in there, like large boulders. You see some shards of crystals being swiftly flung around the cone of this tornado.
Guys, there's some stuff in there, but I really don't want to go inside.
I don't. Oh, I do have something helpful, sort of.
Maybe give me a rope or something so you can pull me out?
I could strap you to a immovable rod.
Oh. Yeah. You can jump in with an immovable rod if you want. That thing will...
Yeah. I just don't know if it'll rip me right off of it. I feel like I need to be tied to it, but with my arms free so I can grab things.
So you can grab the tornado.
So I could use my new spell, Gaseous Form.
And become the tornado?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I can't get hurt by things.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have resistance to non-magical damage, and I have advantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws.
Oh, that sounds very useful.
Yeah.
How long can you hold that?
An hour?
Yeah, go for
What?
it. I'm not
Yeah,
flying over here by myself.
It really does seem like you're just going to become the tornado.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to read about this to see like how this would affect you.
Yeah. I want you to use gaseous form and enlarge, so it's just like you're punching a tornado. It's like a Godzilla fight of giant gas puff versus tornado.
Oh, yeah. Let's get the head-to-head image.
Yeah.
Versus a giant tornado. Yeah, I'm not sure if it, like, will just tear me apart.
It looks like no. It doesn't say anything about you being like dispersed. It looks like you hold your form and things just pass through you. It does say that because you can't be affected by physical objects, you can't manipulate any objects, and any object that was carrying or holding can't be dropped, used, or otherwise interacted with. Okay, cool.
I mean, I could also use Dimensional Door to just get us to the center of the tornado.
Where we may or may not be shredded apart.
Wait, is it moving around the room or is it just stationary?
It's moving slowly around the room.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, it either tears us apart or we're just like doing a pirouette in the center of the tornado.
The fastest pirouette.
Really fast pirouette.
I imagine that
I
would
can't
happen.
stop.
Yenri, you said you saw stuff flying around in the tornado?
Yeah, there were some crystals and some debris and a witch on a bicycle and
And you were there. And you were there.
And there's nothing else in this room?
Now, roll a perception check.
18.
16.
14.
All right. Puff and Orc, you can see a slight silvery glow emanating from the center of this tornado about 100 feet off the ground.
All right, Yenri. You see that?
Now I do.
There's something.
I'll allow it.
There's something glowing in the middle of that tornado. And I think you're the only one that can reach it. I say we strap
Okay, well,
this immovable rod on your back.
I mean, I do have Dimensional Door, which would get me there instantly.
blink to it.
That's true.
Which seems like a cheat spell. Because I think I could even take your immovable rod with me.
Yeah.
Yenri and I could both go through the Dimensional Door and bring with us some rope and the immovable rod. I actually don't know if we need all of that equipment, but I'm just putting all the plans together.
Okay.
That we should be well equipped for whatever happens in there.
I just think that whoever's going to need to use the immovable rod is going to want to be strapped to it, because otherwise you're going to have to hold on to it, which is probably going to be difficult in
That's a good
storm.
point. Okay.
So let's strap it to you, Puff. And you're
then
going to go there, I guess, grab the thing, click the rod, and then wait for the tornado to leave. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah. And then most likely get battered by a bunch of rocks.
Shrapnel on the way.
Oh, you could take your... Oh, wait, you can't grab it when you're gaseous, can you?
You can't grab it when he's gaseous.
You could grab it and then turn gaseous, and then you don't even need the immovable rod.
Yeah, I could just use those 2 spells. Should I just do that?
Well, let's still send it with you just in case. Then you'll have all options, and I'll let you figure it out when you're there.
Okay. Sounds good.
What can you give him, Yenri?
Salute on his way.
I will treasure that.
I can give you more rope if you need it, but beyond that... Oh, I can enhance your ability, too. If you need extra dexterity to be able to grab this thing.
Sure. That sounds great.
Okay.
Buff me
Yeah.
up.
Load him up.
Yeah, I'll cast Enhance Ability to give you Cat's Grace. So you have advantage on dexterity checks, and you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Okay.
All right, I tie the immovable rod onto Puff in a way that he can still reach the button.
All right. That sounds good to me.
So wait,
So, Puff, are you ready?
he's strapping it to him like as if you were like tying up someone who's burning over a fire.
Like a
he's
witch?
tied
Yeah,
to it.
exactly.
I thought you were just gonna like harness him onto it.
Are his legs and arms tied?
No, it's like around his chest. How would I harness him to it?
Yeah. I just love that he just teleports to the center of a tornado, just hog tied to his stake.
Give him all the tools he needs.
This is my nightmare! I just get in there and just start getting whipped around on a stick.
He can't even reach the button because he's getting blown up.
Shit. Didn't think this through. Shit.
I hope that's what happens.
A couple minutes later, he's just spat out and dinks around the room on a on a pole.
Did you get it?
Totally didn't.
Or you open your mouth and there lies the orb, and you
Oh, yeah.
caught it like Harry Potter.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, go mouth first, Puff. Always go mouth first.
You know, in that case, I should just have you javelin me into the tornado.
Time to a javelin.
Let's see how your aim is, Orc.
He's like spear fishing for an orb.
All right. Well,
Ready?
I guess I'll use Dimensional Door. And I say, that silver space there. Go
And you see
to infinity and,
Puff
beyond.
disappear. You see Puff disappear into thin air. He just blinks out of existence. And then, Puff, you travel instantaneously through this misty world and through the clouds of the tornado. And you appear, and right next to you, you see a glowing silver crystal orb with a wind symbol on it. And you immediately start to be ripped around. And roll a dexterity check to see if you can reach out and grab this thing.
You have advantage.
I have advantage. Okay. Woo! Nat 20.
Oh!
All right. So you blink into the existence in this cloud and you reach out and you grab the orb. And right when you do, you hear this sonic boom emanate from the orb and the clouds are dispersed. And all of the debris that was being carried around this tornado shoots out towards the wall and ground. And Orc and Yenri roll dexterity saving throws.
I rolled a 1, but I get to re-roll those.
Yeah, I get danger sense, so I get to reroll too.
Look how dexterous we are.
Oh, no.
15.
It's a saving throw.
Yeah.
7.
All right. So a large boulder is flung from the clouds as they disperse, and Orc, you're standing right in front of the path of a large one, and it hits you at full force. And you take 29 damage.
Oh my god.
God.
Ow!
Orc, you okay?
No! Just got hit by a boulder. I might be concussed.
Sorry.
All right, so Puff, you're currently in the air with the wind crystal, and you start to fall towards the ground. You're currently 100 feet up in the air.
Yeah, I would like to. I want to click the immovable rod
All
and
right.
sort of do. Can I do like the stair step thing? Like just click on click, click on click, click on click, click on click.
Yeah, you could try that. You're gonna have to. So you do that a few times, and I want you to roll a athletics check to see if you can hang on, because you basically have the crystal in one hand. You're hanging with one arm as you're like button clicking this.
Okay, 16.
All right, so
He's
you're
not
able
hanging
to
with one
stair
arm.
step.
He's strapped to it.
Oh, he is strapped to it, isn't he? All right, never mind. So you're able to successfully stair step down because you're lashed to the immovable rod, and you clickety clack your way down the air to the ground, and now you're standing with Orc and Yenri again.
Am I bleeding out of my ears?
No, I think you look okay.
All right.
Yeah. You look great.
If I say anything stupid, let me know.
Okay.
All right, so the door on the side of the room starts glowing white again, and you're able to leave this room, and you walk out into the atrium, and the orb flies up into the air, shatters, the light splits, and the orbs on the main central door and the door you just came out of both light up in a silvery glow, and the wind chamber has been conquered.
Woo!